Hey guys, I hope you're having a great weekend. So, today we're going to talk about the importance of being a culturally competent educator. Sorry, I keep getting tongue tied every time I say that. Okay, so being a cultural competent educator is extremely important for me. It means you make sure your curriculum is taught and delivered to the student while building respectful relationships. Relationships are key when it comes to students. I'm a firm believer that students learn better when they have a relationship with the educator. It encourages them better. Um, so I believe it's very, very important to honor all of your students and their cultural and personal views and beliefs, no matter how you feel, no matter if you feel that you don't agree with their beliefs. At the end of the day, it is important for us as adults to understand that we all have different opinions, but it is okay to make sure also that, sorry, not okay, it is important to make sure that the students know it is okay for them to have a different opinion. When it comes to the cultural competency continuum chart, I believe I see myself as number 5 because I believe there is room to grow and there's room for improvements to be made. What will I take? What will it take for me to get to the next step or to deepen my cultural competence? I believe in order for me to get my next step or to deepen my culture competence, which includes like understanding my personal bias, I would first recognize my own cultural influences and attitude and make sure, like I said, that I understand that it is okay for them to be different than my students, which I really honestly, that's big for me when it comes to being a part of a team and the kids understanding. Um, it is very important for me to build relationships with my students, like I've mentioned before. I feel like my students should always feel safe coming to me and talking to me about anything at all. I currently work at a middle school where I believe I have built these relationships. My students tell me things that I I believe you wouldn't just tell anybody. We all have built relationships. They need help. They know they can come and see me. They know where to find me. Um, I'm always a safe spot for them. And I believe that is very important for an educator. At the end of the day, school is a student's second home. So I think it's extremely important for the student to feel at ease. And sadly, some students feel safer at school than they do in their actual homes. Let me see. I would love to do more research about different cultures and a whole bunch of other things that fall under the cultural competency as an educator. I do research. I'd love to read and learn more about the backgrounds and the cultural beliefs. Also, sometimes learning from the children is just as fun and as valuable. To me, it's heartwarming when a student tells me about their cultural beliefs and the things that goes on in their house, that it's different than what I went through in my house with growing up. Sometimes kids educate us more than we think, and it's very good. I like that a lot. I feel like that's a bonding strategy as well. Actually caring. When you care for them, they know it. Let me see. All right, what will it look like to have cultural inclusivity in your future classroom? All right, in my future classroom, this is gonna be a very, very important thing. I think it'd be cool to have like a trust circle where the kids can just go ahead and share all of their customs with me and their beliefs, and then it's a safe spot. Like we all get to share it. We sit around, we share it, and it'd be really cool to just kind of sit and talk about it because if you think about it, some people might be the same culture as you, but do it differently at home, or it might actually be the same. So it's kind of cool for the kids to compare and contrast, and I think it helps them bond as well when um you did something at home that your family does, and then this kid is talking about it, and we bond because, oh my god, my mom does that too, oh my god, we do that too at home. I think that's really cool. How will I ensure that I am respecting my students as individuals, without differing their personal backgrounds and various skills? There are many ways I can ensure this. One of them would be by showing interest in their beliefs. Like I said earlier, when I show interest, it builds relationships. Showing interest will make the child feel loved. Another big thing is learning a child's name. When you learn a child's name, make sure you learn how to pronounce it. I've always had this issue where, like, there's some names and I'm like, oh, I don't know how to say this. So I'll go ahead and I'll apologize in advance, and I will let them know. I'll be like, sorry, I'm saying this wrong. I'll say the name and they'll correct me. They'll tell me it's like this or it's like that. Or I'll ask them, hey, how do you say your name, before I go ahead and say it, because I don't want them to feel offended. And that's another part of showing that you care, because if you didn't care, you just say their name however. So asking them how to say their name is kind of a way of respecting them. If you respect them, the students, I believe you get a lot further with them. I just think it's very important to do your research on your students' backgrounds and get to know them. That builds great relationships and bonding.